Hey friends, I'm Sharon Betters, and I am so glad to welcome you to the Daily Treasure podcast. Today we are introducing a new guest writer. Her name is Jenny Holder, and I know that God is going to use her heart and her thoughts and her faith to encourage you. It's possible that you have never experienced or even known anyone who has suffered from mental illness, and so you might think that Jenny's story doesn't have a whole lot to say to you, but that just isn't true. There are people in your life who are struggling with some of these issues, and Jenny's words and thoughts are going to equip you to come alongside of that person. But also, there are beautiful truths that Jenny is going to share with us this week that I know will have an impact on your heart and your life, and I pray that you will help us spread the word and share this devotional with others. Today's devotional is called Mental Illness and the Light of Jesus. And today's treasure is from Philippians 4, verse 19. And my God will supply every need of yours according to his riches in glory in Christ Jesus. As I said, I am so eager to introduce you to Jenny Holder. Our mutual friend Sue Tell, another Daily Treasure guest writer, introduced us, and I am forever grateful. Jenny and I have never physically met, but after our first encounter, I knew she had unknowingly planted herself in my heart. After Jenny generously shared her story on the Help and Hope podcast, and I learned that she is also a writer, I invited her to contribute to Daily Treasure, and Jenny did not hesitate to accept the opportunity to help others walk by faith, especially when the days are long and hard. Jenny and her beloved husband agree it is important for them to invite others to join them on their journey as her husband battles mental illness. Sometimes I won't invite a guest to share their story just because it's clear to me that they just aren't ready, even though they are willing. I tell them that once the podcast drops, there is no going back. Because Jenny is still living her story, and frankly there is no end in sight, and because of the stigma attached to mental illness, I asked her several times if her husband was willing to expose his struggles along with hers, and she immediately answered yes, because they needed someone further along in this journey to come alongside of them with help and hope, and she wants to be that person for others, as does her husband. Friends, be sure to listen to my conversation with Jenny as she comes alongside of you this week through the devotionals. In one of the devotionals she calls Manna Life, Jenny says, "The rules around manna were simple. Each morning, gather what you need for the day and eat it. On the sixth day, gather twice as much to honor the Sabbath rest." Easy enough. But the trauma that these Israelites had endured meant that they needed a gentle and consistent environment to be able to test out their new way of relating to God. And test it they did. Whoever gathered much had nothing left over, the scriptures tell us, and whoever gathered little had no lack. Exodus 16, verse 18. When they did not collect enough, somehow it was enough. When they overcollected, it was still just enough. It was always only enough, but fully enough. It was this practice of enough that fed more than their stomachs. It fed their trust in God. Every single day was a new opportunity to choose to trust God, a clean slate every time they stepped outside to collect their food. What a gracious Father. Oh, friends, I believe your heart will be touched with God's mercy and grace as Jenny walks with us this week and we talk about just enough manna. Be sure to invite your friends to walk with us too. You can invite them to download our free Help and Hope podcast, where they can allow for notifications, and they can also subscribe to Daily Treasure, or send them to helpandhopenow.org, our website, where they can subscribe. As we finish up today, I want to remind you of that passage from John chapter 1, verse 5. The light entered the darkness, and the darkness could not overcome it. I hope that you will pray right now for the Lord to show you one person who needs to feel the warmth and light of Jesus. Ask him for one practical way you can encourage this person in a way that helps turn their hearts toward Jesus. I remember a friend touching my shoulder at a family event, her way of communicating, "I share your pain." There is one empty chair and I see it. Or the one who whispered, "I miss him too." Friends, their words pierced the darkness of my soul, and their actions reminded me Jesus is with you. He is holding you tightly in his grip. You, friend, can be the conduit of the light of Jesus today, to one person at a time. And if you are new to the idea of passing on biblical encouragement to others, you can go to treasuresoфencouragement.org, where you can learn more about Treasures of Encouragement, my book, which is packed with ideas on how to encourage others. But also at treasuresoфencouragement.org, you'll find practical ways that you can share the light of Jesus today, one person at a time. I'm Sharon Betters, and I look forward to being with you tomorrow and traveling with Jenny Holder this week.